Hi, my name is Cosmic Alien 5. You can call me Kai. Um, Welcome to episode 2. This episode's a little bit different than any of my future ones and my past one, as I had recorded my whole video and all my audio did not get through, so I have to do a voiceover, but, hopefully it's not too bad. I'll try to remember what exactly I was thinking about these moments. For anyone who's wondering why I disappeared for 5 months, it's just holidays and school, really. That's it. Um, I haven't really touched this world or Minecraft, so I'm still very awful at it. If anyone who's tuning in and didn't watch my first episode knows, that's my whole reasoning. You should watch the first episode though to understand who I am. Okay, I'm just putting on my armor again. Didn't really want to have that to start. I also needed some food. Like any normal person needs. Need, I think, a couple of bread. It's very delicious. Okay, now I start my adventure. For today, I'm going to start, I could not find chickens for my first episode. No idea where I placed them. I kid you not, this took me 3 minutes to find these chickens. I took a minute off screen and then I sped up 2 minutes of me wandering around looking for these chickens. I threw an egg, as one does. They are evil, though. They're evil, I tell you. One tried to murder me numerous times. I left them alone. I don't remember what exactly I'm looking for here. Some kind of my thing. I think this is a start where I thought about my plan. The whole thing I want to be making is a barn. If you will see later where I'm gonna want to place this, but I have these chickens and I want other animals, and to sustain a pretty good food source has to be in an area, and I thought, why not make a barn? Like normal people, make a barn. I did wind up getting some iron last time I played, so that's good. Okay, just, sorting what I need. I'm sorry if my chests bother you. They do not get changed. I could not be bothered to fix them. Now I am going to my farm. I have some beetroot. This is where I then spent the next 4 or 5 minutes wondering why the hell won't this beetroot plant? And then I remember it needs seeds. That is literally me in real time being flabbergasted with myself. I did know the wheat needed seeds, so I was not stupid there. I did plant the seeds. While I'm doing so, I then made another mistake where I then stomped on my own crop. So, it was just a mess, as you can see. I then made sure that that's how you plant seeds. I got some sugarcane and went on my merry way. Got an egg. I found my chicken from last time. He was still there 5 months later. Bringing him back, you know, this was slow again. I genuinely, for some reason, I don't think chickens like me. A little offended there. Why don't chickens like me? Like, what is this vendetta against me? And then it would not get in the hole. I tried numerous times, punched it, avoided it, and then he didn't want to talk to me. So then I just, pushed his way over like one normally does to a chicken. He has feathers. He floats down. Then I went into the hole, spread them up. While I had not seen any of the baby animals, I still have not seen a lot of the baby animals, but oh my god, those chicks were so adorable. Look at them. They're like little popcorn balls. Kernels, that's what that's called. I thought they were adorable. I'm about to make my next big mistake in a minute. But first, I just admired the little chickens, little chicks. And that's when I let them out. I didn't mean to, but I did it successfully. Successfully. Could have been a major problem. It did not. Okay. As I walk, that big land right there is where I plan to put the barn. That whole land. And I plan to put my base more towards the other ends, like over here. So, because I don't want animals near where I'm gonna have my bed, because they're just very annoying and loud. So, I'm not that crazy, I have some common sense there. This is just me looking around at the area I have. I'm not gonna get like super, crazy materials. Like, I'm not gonna go to the nether for quartz to get white or bone blocks. And I'm not going to find a pale oak forest, which I know would be great for my things. And this is just me killing the time because it was getting night and I did not want to run around. So you can enjoy the sunset while I talk about the materials I'm gonna use. I think I'll probably go more in depth in next episode or something. But just genuinely, I'm still, as you can tell with the beetroot incident, I'm not the smartest Minecraft player, and I will get myself killed if I try to go without diamond or anything. So it's gonna be a little starter barn. I'm probably going to remake it later, but I'm going to make it with red terracotta and regular birch and oak. And probably the roof be stone, andesite, and cobblestone. I know it's pretty basic, but here's me chopping down a tree because I ran out of wood, as seen in the previous footage that I was talking over. Going back. Run. See, every time I step over there, you can just hear the eggs go pop, pop. Genuinely, this is where I got the idea of what I was thinking of for the barn. You don't get to know. That's for next episode. But, did not know how to make it. I did have to Google it. I think I did have to Google it. Anyways, here's me making some sticks. I need several. Again, I had not played in a while, so seeing the spear was also pretty crazy to me. Like, I watch YouTubers who obviously play um and Minecraft like almost every day and do these updates. So, I know how they work. It's just I'm not skilled enough to use them. This is me just looking through stuff. I just wanted to see if I could um see any of the recipes, but it's mostly just things that you have to make because if you watched the first episode, which you should watch, you'll know that I grew up a Pocket Edition player. Because I did not have a computer and I playing Java on the Xbox with my cousin, not great. Um, I was also really young when I was doing that, and then I got Pocket Edition on my iPad. So I'm fairly good at Minecraft on a tablet. This is where I'm going for my clay for the terracotta. I got really confused as why there's lapis just at the surface. That's why I went deep into like a cave area. I didn't know it could spawn that high up because it's lapis. Like, anyways. This is just me collecting sand. I also need sand for windows, so I collected sand and clay. Again, I'm just wandering around getting the things I need. For some reason, I did have a problem with finding a lot of clay. Like, you would think there would be like a really big majority of clay around here, but there wasn't as much. Like, and then I hit, so I was just walking around for a while, and then I hit this big vein of clay, so that was good for me. Again, this was antagonizingly slow, and I didn't want to put you through that, so I sped it. As seen in the video. Okay, just splashing and splashing around in the water as I get out. This is where I put back on my shield because you cannot get it. Not with the quite that was just a bad jump. There was another big vein of clay over here. I actually wasn't even gonna get more clay. I thought the 60 would be okay enough for like this run. But then I found that. So I was really happy with myself. I actually just saw that I passed clay, so I'll go back to that in the next video or so. This is me also getting poppies because I need the red dye. Some chickens. And there's some big caves, and I thought about going in there. I did go down one of the water things off camera, and I thought I saw a diamond, but there was like 4 skeletons, so I backtracked. That poor cow. I just left it there. I think it's from my first episode too. He's just been chilling there for 5 months. On my way. Okay. Here's a little cow. There's a pig. A chicken. Oh, I've collected an egg. I actually have a lot of eggs. Like, my chicken farm's going strong. I do need to make one for cow, sheep, and, chicken. Definitely. So hopefully I'll make at least another little area, but I do want to start on the barn next episode. If I might not get to it next episode because I don't think I have enough material, and I did not do a lot in this one. I actually planted the beetroot that time. Again, just getting the materials. Well, not materials, getting wheat and stuff. I probably will get a lot of materials off camera, actually. If I do off camera, then maybe in, like, episode 4, I'll, like, really start working, like, full on the barn. Like, just the entire episode about it. But I do think episode 3 will still be about, like, getting materials. Hopefully, starting on the barn. But, who knows. Okay, this is the land I decided to flatten out, like, at least the top. So, a couple things. And then I made a transition where, after I go, like this. Voila! It's all cleared. It was cooler when I didn't have to voice over it. Okay. I did have a little creeper explosion, so I had to clear that up. Forgot to. I think I died twice to creepers while I was making this, so that's not the best. And then I'm going back down. I did get, like, a lot, but I didn't have the most coal, and I was running a little low on iron. I only had, like, 3. So, around after this, I think, I decided to go mining off camera. You will see I made my 3rd lumber. I literally tried to make dyed terracotta with dyed terracotta. Like, I tried to make red terracotta red again. This is not looking good for me. This is where I say au revoir, and I start going to the mine. Because look at my armor. Look at it. Copper helmet still. And there's, like, nothing in that chest. So. Also, I still have gold pants from, like, the first episode, so yeah. I did go mining, and I wasn't going to film, like, any of it until I was mining, and then all of a sudden, like, the zombie noises were crazy, and first thing I knew, I dug straight into a dungeon. Sorry, they're a little loud. And then I dropped down, skeleton, right on me. I was in panic mode on this skeleton. Because, number one, I'm not the best at using the shield. That will be shown in a minute. So, me attacking the skeleton was not the best. Yikes, there. This is just kind of me, you know, I threw my pickaxe for, I don't know why. Then I opened this little area, and then the most terrifying thing popped out of that hole. I was gonna attack their feet, and then there was a baby zombie. I don't know where it came from. No idea. No idea where that zombie came from. It just attacked me. You know, just killing the zombies. There was a lot in there, and I didn't want to try to enter. You know, this is just me making some cookies. And then I had my Tango Tech moment from past life. I'm doing nothing, and then boom. And it unlocked the whole dungeon. The whole dungeon. There's 2 creepers on me. And I had lost half of my health from that stupid creeper. There was 2 zombies on me, not creepers, sorry. So the good thing is because it was a creeper attack, they were pretty low health too, so one just got killed like first hit, and then the second one pretty much died. And then I was able to run into these little things. I took the torches because again, I don't have that much coal, and I'm not wasting them on torches in this dungeon. I did put a bunch on this mob spawner. I did just break that. I just took everything in it, and then this one I had like pretty much everything, so I just put it in my inventory, and then I left back where I came from, up the long Tetris staircase. I had some iron on the way, just, went up the stairs on my way back, and that's when I realized, okay, after my stupidity of not being able to get up and realizing that's 2 blocks, it was dark. So then I fast forward to morning and me leaving. I did get a little lost on my way back, which is why I have dogs. 1, 2, 3. If you'll see, I have, I know how to dye their collars as well. It was not my fault, okay? I just, used to Lapis being able to die. You can't, I had to make it die. So that was fun. I did have 3, and so I was making food, and then I had rotten flesh, and then like an idiot, I thought it didn't have love hearts. Like, one of the dogs didn't have love hearts. I, like, waited a couple of minutes, but apparently not, and they still freaking mated. So then I had a little puppy, which I then gave it a yellow collar, because obviously, it was the only other color I had on hand. And I want them to have different colors. But may I just say, cutest puppy. Then I spent time fishing. And fished. And fished. And fished. Those are what I got from fishing off camera. I fished. And I fished some more. But generally, I don't think you can really make a good video if you're fishing all day. I'm not that entertaining to make a video where I just fish the whole time. So, yeah. That concludes my second episode. I hope you guys had a good time. I won't do a voice anymore. Anyways, like